Right, to make sure the audio is coming in. Yeah, to make sure that the audio is actually coming in. Yeah, had to changed up what game I'm streaming on Saturdays and Sundays, because if you didn't know, this was the Sky Cyber servers are offline. Not permanently, they're offline for now as the upgrade to the beta. But in the upgrade, the servers are turned off, and when they turn back on is anyone's guess. Turn that off, Jesus Christ, I thought someone was talking through my door. So I have no idea when the Sky Saga server is going to get turned back on. When they get turned back on, it's going to be... Stay away while microphone. It's going to be in the beta. So everything is going to be all spick and span and nice and new and shiny. But for now, I have to choose something else. And one game that I've been playing for a fair bit the last while, mainly because I came up with an idea of videos I could do, or at least a video style I could do, and I came up with something. But there's also a bunch of stuff that I could either go back to. I need to turn this down. Alright, turn that down, yes. There you go. Yeah, because there's a few things I could go back to. Old texts that I have. Not all of them got saved. Some of them didn't get saved. Most notably, things like my helicarrier didn't get saved, didn't get brought over, which is slightly irritating. Because I quite liked the helicarrier. They have the first version that barely worked, but the big giant one I showed off in that video isn't saved. A lot of the other ones is, as well as a couple of other few ones that didn't weren't showed off yet, and a few that I've saved since. Well, a few that I've saved so I can have an easier build, because they're quite take a while to make, but they're generally kind of useless. Yes, because I have plan is I'm going to be starting a new series soon. Maybe weekly, maybe just whenever I can get one done. But the slight advantage about this now is there's now a creative mode, so I can just make lots of things. Yeah, and the flying in this one is definitely boosted up. That being, it's just the flying in this has been really propped up, which is very impressive. But it's been propped up quite a lot. But I'm in creative mode. That's what I was talking about before. I'm in creative mode, so you can tell all the stuff. Everything's unlocked. Everything's got the infinite thing, so I can just make an infinite amount of things, which is good. I like a creative mode. This is the kind of creative mode. Well, I think the thing that I always liked about TerraTech was building in this sort of setting, building in the world setting, building in the R&D setting, where they're just building in an infinite world sort of checkerboard place, basically in the experimental workshop. And I don't really like building in that setting, mainly because I like building things with purpose, and so there are some things that I come up with more ideas in a setting like this, in this sort of setting. Hence the reason why I got this little wall place. Although I think I may have gone to the extreme and melted the program, because this, like the wall, is one giant tack, and it's gotten to a point where I can't stick stuff on this side of the wall because it just breaks. So I can stick stuff on top, stick stuff over there, stick stuff over there, but I can't stick stuff out on the outside wall here, and I think the outside wall... Yeah, I can't stick anything on the outside wall here. I think it's because the tech's too big, because the wall is just one giant continuous tech. And I didn't remove too many things, because the detachment logistics in this is better. I'm not going to complain that much. It is better. It's not great. Like detaching two techs from each other when they're initially connected, still a bit screwy. But that's something slightly more complex of what counts as a tech, what does count as a tech, sort of thing. When you have two control modules connected together, and if you're in the space of controlling one and you detach one from you, what is the logistics of what counts as that tech being detached and things? Yeah, some of that still needs work, but that's much more complicated. The whole thing of things detaching from each other and all sorts of things still is a bit screwy. Is probably the best way to say. But yeah, it's still a bit screwed, but the flying in this is so it's better yet also harder, which is kind of good. It's better yet also harder because the flying in it is a lot more twitchy, which makes me really, really want to have a joystick. Not like I can control the joystick, but like the actual joystick. The joystick I sort of nicked from my dad's flight simulators. That joystick. Because this is basically... Because this is basically the original, kind of like... It's a little bit of a what I can remember, but this is the original design of planes. Back, way, way, way back. From a year ago when I first started playing TerraTech. God knows how many years back. And this is a lot more twitchy. A lot more twitchy. It's been slowly getting more and more twitchy as the update came in. As you can tell, it can corkscrew with the best of them. It can corkscrew like... And it's going to die. Yeah, that's going to explode. Thank goodness that I have infinite mode. Things can be easily replaced. Like that. Just slight skim off the top of the tree. Flying this thing has become a bit of a pain. It doesn't have as much maneuverability. Well, it has a lot of maneuverability. Its speed has basically jacked up, which has made it kind of a pain in the ass to control. It still flies very well, but things like that, it didn't used to do that before. Partly because I think like the wheels and stuff caused a lot more friction. Not so much now, which is, yeah, it has a ton of lift for its weight. I think the idea of flying and weight has been added. I think I haven't really checked over the notes, but I'm guessing that's the kind of thing that has been added because it's such a high wall. This thing has a lot of lift and kind of more speed than before. Yeah, I've built quite a few techs. There's a few techs which I've carried over. That's not it. That's it. No. Wait, I've got two of the same thing. No, I don't. That's the other one, yeah. This is the Venture Bomber. You may remember this one from a few videos back. It feels a lot more sluggish on the ground, but it still has the... It still has that maneuverability, and it still has... It kind of flies a lot more like a bomber now, which is quite interesting. Which is quite good, because you can actually get quite low now with things like this. It's a lot more stable. I think it's because it's wide and do proper bombing runs. Do proper bombing runs in this thing now. It's fun. But I don't think many people want to see the stuff that I've made before. The sort of stuff that you can see in other videos. Because there's a few things which I've made. Some stuff which is quite impressive, and some stuff which is kind of testing. Like that long one. Let's slowly bring all of the techs back together. Let's corral all of them. Right. I'm slowly building a whole thing, partly for the sake of videos. I need to might build some warehouses and storage and things. Let's corral all of this together. Let's park this right by the wall. Oh yeah, there's that one. Yeah, I got my ICBM again. My big missile tank. Yeah. As I'm in creative mode, there are no enemies, which is kind of sad. So I can't just have the whole thing of annihilate. I still wish I could have like a bigger missile, like one that was like as long as as long as 3 of them and wide as that. It's basically that, but scaled up. Wish I had something like that, like a proper ICBM thing. I could just go, because that would be awesome. Because that would be fucking awesome and very incredible and really fun. Be fun to use. Basically, just have like a mobile nuke platform, a proper ICBM. This is just a multi-weapon V2 missile tank. Put that there, out the way. Brought back the spider tank. Brought back my normal sort of driving thing, my normal transport. Go to there. You've seen the miner. This is just a building for the black hole thing, plus a couple of the battery thing, because I might build out. Power station, command center. That is. I wanted that to become like a watchtower thing. Haven't really decided what to do with that yet. I'll control that, so I can drive that about. Also drive it outside for plans and funds. Right. I think first things first. Actually, yeah, first things first. Let's go for the stuff that's relatively normal. Let's go for this one. This is probably the most normal thing I have. This is... I've started just calling this the Vulcan. It's people who know planes will know what the Vulcan is. The Vulcan is basically the old British version of what is now the B-2 bomber. The Vulcan was basically the British version. I think one of the main times we used it was the Falklands. It was part of the nuclear trifecta, but then we just went for Trident and we just went nukes with submarines instead, and just sat around for that most of the time. But yeah, the Vulcan is a big jet-powered wing plane thing. Just imagine the B-2 bomber, but without stealth, but with less of a stealth capability and smoother. So, and this is basically something like that. It's a jet-powered plane that has a lot of maneuverability. This is kind of like something that is almost impossible to crash. You can really just throw this thing around. It's a proper jet. I should come up with like a jet fighter. I should start calling this like the Eurofighter or something. Because this thing is almost impossible to crash. It's like just pointing down and spinning. Or I can just do that, turn the engines off, and then crunk. And because it has enough lift to lift itself up, I'm not even controlling it. I can just hold down jet and let go. Let it crash. Just hold down the power button. Oh, okay, I'll stick that then. You have to have some control. Oh god, power's gone. Yeah. And as it's got enough lift, you can, as long as you point the nose down and force the nose down, you can glide. It has a tendency to stall. It's like if you don't do anything, it lifts its nose off and stalls, which is a bit of a pain. You just have to make sure the nose is pointed down. And then it basically flies itself. Very easy. Very maneuverable. Very easy to control on the ground. It's like a truck on the ground. Like a very wide truck. But the good thing is that as soon as you get the jets going, it can basically just go straight up. And the only reason I've got those two small tanks on the sides, it's got something like 3, 4 of the big Hawkeye fuel tanks on it, and it's got those small ones just mainly because I needed a reading, an actual visual thing, so I could see with when the fuel ran out. You can see there the black fuel tanks. You can see the jets. Very fun. I really like flying this. It's really fun flying it. Oh yeah, and it's got batteries on it as well, because the earlier version of this thing had less wheels, and so had a propensity to every single time it landed, would fuck up the wings. Which was a pain in the arse. So I basically just made the stuck some batteries and a few Venture repair bubbles on it to make sure it didn't explode itself. Right. I'll turn that. Oh yes, it's in first, isn't it? Do that. Force the bees in the wing. Let's go for another one of the experimental. This one is slightly more experimental. This one is my jet booster. This one is basically just a whole bunch of turbines all just lined up together. It looks so stupid. I think I might start calling this the millipede. Or something like that, or the centipede. I might call this the centipede and make just like, or then double over a few of these, or stick 2 together and call it the millipede. But it's got plenty of lift. It looks stupid as hell, but it's surprisingly maneuverable. It's got a lot of power, and as it's got these turbines, it doesn't run out of fuel, so you can just it's vertical. It's got a fair amount of vertical yaw. Is it yaw? Because it's yaw. Oh, I can't remember which one's like the up down. Whoops. Sort of the up down. It's up down. It's slightly sluggish because I think its center of gravity is around here, or center of lift is slightly back from the middle. So its pivot point is around those third wing set. So it swivels a bit oddly. It spins really well though. It used to have more wings, but I think I took loads of them off. Added about 10 miles an hour to it. It's actually quite good in that regard. Added a few more miles an hour. So take this back. This is just another one of the kind of a test thing to see if this thing would work. I might start stacking a couple of these together and see how that turns out. Like all the other planes, cutting it off basically slams on the brakes, but as it's so long, it actually lands very well. Problem is driving this thing, it has a propensity to just start takeoff with no provocation, and you can sort of take off backwards. I should actually see if that's actually possible. See if I can actually do that. Sort of take off backwards. I've really tried that. Oops. Good thing these are Hawkeye stuff. Let's see if I can take off backwards. Because that'll be fucking hilarious to see if I could do that. Hold shift. Beep. Beep. Cool, it's like an auto brake. You go back far enough, then you hold shift, and it starts propelling itself forwards. Up. Yeah. I think that's one of the sort of interesting experimental ones. Mainly just to see how that stuff works. Oh, it turns out further away than I thought. Yeah. It doesn't have much wing turning, so you have to rely on banks. Like the financial sector. Highbrow joke. Easy, 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 easy. Right, not crashed. Good. Yeah. Let's just go to this one. I tried to make a big, giant thing. Basically, I want to use the biggest propellers I have and make a thing. And so I did. And this is a fucking monstrosity at this point. But it actually flies. It's got enough. It's basically because of the weight and the size of the things. I had to stick so many wings on the front section. Because it has, even with the amount of wings that it has, it just nosedive, just not controlling it, and it just. There is so much weight on the front, it just dives every single time. So this is just a reasonable amount of wings, but it still is nose heavy. It's the amount of weight, the amount of sort of wing lift that I have to have on this thing is fucking amazing. It's basically, I used to have like 4 sets of wings, like layers. 4 layers of wings on the front. Just to get the fucking thing fucking flying. It's a giant pain in the ass. It's a huge pain in the ass to fly. Oh yeah. And it really does just slam on the brakes. It really is quite strange is that when you get the propellers going, it dips slowly downwards. But then as soon as you sort of level out and turn the engines off, it just goes arse first. It does roll slowly. If I give it enough. And low. Oh. Come on. Come on. Fight. Fight it. Fight the lift. Oh, come on, fight the drag. No. No. Come on, turn. Oh, fuck it. Yeah. You could do the basic thing of doing a barrel roll. Eventually. Kinda. It does more of a varial. Where it's like a spin and then the lift takes over the weight and then just... Basically, flying this thing upside down is almost impossible. This thing just does not fly upside down at all. If you just holding down, no, doesn't go. So if I just right loop, spin down. How high am I? This thing doesn't have a. Come on, point downwards. This is for once. I actually want to point you downwards. No, don't. Jesus Christ. It's more uncontrollable. More that the bloody controls are really heavy for this thing. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time trying to refine the design on this thing. Come on, control where I want you to go. And pull up. Come on. Oh, fuck it, Jesus. It is just... It's dire need of power steering. Come on. There you go. Yeah. They plan to make something fucking huge. It's, oops, I think I may have... Oh, fuck, I've taken out some of the wings. I wasn't looking. Fuck. How many is that? Oh, that's what I lost. Okay. Right. Wings. Midsection wing. Oh, close. Add that. Yeah, the thing I need to do basically is just go through this design. It takes off very quickly. It has a lot of lift, so it hops off the ground pretty quickly. But it turns like a bloody fish. By that I mean it barely turns at all. And as soon as you turn the engines off, it's basically the brakes just jam on. You can spin on a dime when it's on the ground. But it's just a heavy piece of shit. This is one of the ones that needs so much refining. It's just so... It's such a stupid thing. But it needs so much refining. On the subject of stupid things, we have this. This came about completely on accident. This is something that is just kind of fucking incredible. It's a mixture of completely stupid. Actually, what I'm going to do is move that out of the way. Move that over here. And, oh look, the front. People won't move, so I can't get out. Oh, whatever shall I do? In my... whatever the fuck this thing is. I've no idea what the fuck to call this thing. How? Oh, how will I get out? Oh, how? Oh, pray tell. Oh, look, a wall. I wonder if I can go through that wall. Probably not, but there are ways to get round it. By that, I mean over it. Ah, fuck. Why did the fuck didn't you work, you bastard? Well, that didn't work. What the fuck? You worked before, you prick. God, every single time I load up this game, this thing, the physics on this thing changes. Because you used to just be able to just do backflips. There you go. That's what it's meant to do. I've backflipped over this bloody wall so many bloody times. Oh, there we go. Oh, fuck. Now, I am trapped. I shall get rid of... Great. Great. Back it up. Fucking thing up. Fuck's sake. Fine. Fuck you. I shall rebuild it then. Yeah. Piece of crap. God, it hasn't gone bloody well, has it? Jesus Christ. First proper showing off of the bloody thing, and the thing's fucked up. Alright. Goes, fucking Jesus. Right, yeah. That's also something else that the physics has done for this game, is that it's fucked up the physics. Well, it's added a lot more physics, but that also means there's a lot more physics to fuck up. Which is kind of fun, because it means things like this can happen, where I can make a truck that can do backflips. But it also means... Ah, bollocks. It also means that there's more shit to glitch out. They have been glitching this thing out more than quite a few other things than sort of previous times before. Right, let's get out. The previous times before, but it's also yeah. This thing, every single time I load it up, it always sometimes it spins to the side, sometimes it doesn't. And with no jet thing, It means I can have 4 before it needs to properly reload. Oh, come on. Oh, because we're not paying attention. Yeah, it means I can have 4 shots before the thing needs to basically reload. Right, make sure the thing's lined up properly. There we go. That's what I was supposed to do. It's, oh no, what shall I do? I shall make a truck that can do backflips. For no other reason besides, why the fuck not? Come on, are you healed? I guess you are, you're not beeping at me anymore. Well, I think to make sure I just do it over here. Yeah, so, yeah, I made a tech that can do backflips. Completely by accident. The original plan was to basically make an ICBM thing with a missile on the back, but I can sort of, when I press shift or press the boosters, it lifts it up slightly, so I can fire it at a steeper angle, so I can have something that drives around like a normal car, and then press boost, it goes thunk, and then you can fire off with it. And so it's, I'm basically trying to make jet versions of hydraulics, because I haven't worked out how to do hydraulics yet. There's probably ways to do it, but for one, I'm using the base game, and for 2, fuck knows really. There's probably ways of doing it, of having like multiple tech designs or something, making basically rope. But for now, I'll just have to be satiated by doing backflips. When it works, it just looks so mental. Because it's just, truck, whee! I hate to be in a cabin every single time it does that. I really would hate to be in the cabin every single time it does that. It's got like, I'm facing forward! Whee! I'm still facing forward, but several feet backwards, and I saw the sky! Kinda. The jet is behind it. It's whee! So stupid yet fucking brilliant. It's, yeah, I love it. Whee! Oop, I'm starting to fuck that up. Yeah, it's great. So stupid yet fantastic. I need to build another place for those. Let's show off some of the other experimental ones I did. Or at least show off some of the other techs. Cause I think there's a couple of tech designs I didn't have. I didn't show off. Some that I may have, some that I didn't. Yeah. I'm not sure if I showed off some of these ones. I'm not sure if I showed off this one. What the fuck? Go flat, you bastard. But, yeah. So this is... I mean, look, it doesn't really have that many wheels on it. Got a few jets on it. That is because it is a helicopter. A fully functioning helicopter. I think I might have shown a video on this before. I can't remember. But yeah, it's a helicopter. This is one of the other designs that got carried over. It's a helicopter. It works. I still wish that you could set an optimal altitude, because then I would set the optimal altitude to be like 150 feet. Or 100 feet, because then it'd be like this high, and then it would stop, and then you could just... Because this is what I want to do, is just have the helicopter just fly about. I just set an optimal height. So it just flies about this height, about 100 feet. Or flies around 100 to 150 feet, so it sort of... It has like a ceiling it bumps into, and comes down. Because otherwise, it just has permanent lift. And just always flies, which sucks. It does move forward, but the problem is that it has to turn off the friggin' engine every single time. Right, well that's going on. Load the next one. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll go with this one. This is another one of the more silly designs. The zombie mech. Landed on a tree. The reason why it's called a zombie mech is because it's got 2 arms that go da 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 da. yeah, so it's a monster thing that goes rawr and has propensity to fall over and do wheelies. Okay, I'm doing wheelies on tank tracks. Yeah, so it can drive around and go rawr, 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 and can't cope with hills, and then falls over and goes rawr. This is one of the more stupider ones. But yeah, part of the whole thing, part of the design of this whole of the zombie mech is that you can go rawr, rawr, rawr. Oh look, someone fell over. Oh, bollocks! Come on, and no, other way. No, wrong button. That button. Supposed to go rawr, rawr, war, dunk. Grrr. Menace the ground. Yeah. I'm quite surprised that some of these rocks are now fucking huge. Which is kind of annoying, because it means it's like the same height, so I can go round, fondle rocks. But it also means when there's a flatter rock somewhere, just saw one over there, it can, come on, get up the hill. Yeah, you can sort of see these rocks and go rawr, grrr, and then fuck it. Yeah. No, hills, my greatest weakness. Yeah. Grrr, it's really menaced the ground. Yeah, it's one of the more stupider designs. I wanted to make like an actual proper mech thing, but making things that have two legs is fun, because you have to have the wheels at the front, the wheels at the back, because otherwise this thing just, you just stop and it just falls. Just doing that, it already wobbles like fuck. Because already you can just go like, yeah, get to full speed, thunk, and do wheelies. Actually, no, what is it? Yeah. Bunk. No. You should be able to pull wheelies on this thing. Oh yeah, because it's going like that, and then whee! Wheelies! Wheelies! What one do I have? Oh yeah. All my auto snapshots. With the first jet craft I made ages back that has fossil fuel and has no wings, no landing gear, no refueling, so it can fly off into space, and it hasn't, and then just crash. Come on, crash. Or is he? Bunk. Yeah, stupid. Yeah, still got the H1 tank. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just the normal. Whoa. Yeah, there's a normal tank tracks with literally just a normal tank. Just a normal tank that can do donuts. And then menace the ground. You ground! You ground, you there. Take that. Yeah. But you can also create some more arcing. Like that and go. So technically this can be classified as an artillery. Slightly more random. slightly more random as a... yeah. I have killed things doing that before. It's an absolute pain in the ass. But it does have the normal... If you have like a whole, like a proper Panzer division or something going around to these, they just... Because these are like proper powerful guns. The biggest Hawkeye guns you can get. The arcing you can go on it as well is very impressive. What are the ones I forgot? Oh yeah, the one that I built, which I'm not. I don't think I showed this one off either. Still got the sniper. That one carried through, and my V2 platform, and my Avenger bomber, which I showed off, and the Blade Wing one that survived. The sniper. Let's go for one that I built before. Yeah. People may recognize the name of the Hover MRLS, which is the Hover Mobile... What was the... It's MRLS, isn't it? Yeah, MLRS. Yeah. It's like Hover Missile Loading Reconnaissance System, or something like that. It's another one of the ones from Command and Conquer, Tribune Sun. It's basically because in Tribune Sun there's a weak unit that can fire missile volleys. That is a hovercraft, so it's a multi-terrain vehicle. So because it can hover on the water as well, so you can use it for scouting in Command and Conquer. It's one of the more useless units. Well, it's one of the ones where they're useful as a preemptive scout because they've got enough weaponry on them to sort of menace sort of lighter vehicles, not necessarily heavy tanks, but like the bikes and the Twitch streamers. I'm doing this on YouTube, on the OobTube. Yeah, it's got enough to menace sort of lighter vehicles like the attack bikes and various buildings and things. It's terrible against units, which is kind of a pain in the arse, which is one of the good things you would have for it. But against the heavy artillery of the ships, or... But yeah, the main thing that it was always good for in the game was going across water. It's like you can just go straight over water and attract some attention, and then sort of disappear over the water, or sit on the water and then just shoot from there, so no one else can get to them. You can just hide out. It's a way of really screwing with someone's defenses, because if someone's got lots of defenses, like a big thick wall system, but the next to the sea, you can just get these guys to go in and just fuck with them. Yeah, the Hover MLRS. Or the MRLS. Whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, let's go for this one. The Big Daddy. The Big Daddy. It is a... well, it's a shuttlecraft. Because you can remove that, and it goes to fucking space. It goes to space. But then it levels out because it has no wings. And the aerodynamics of the thing wants to go sideways. The aerodynamics of everything wants to go for the Coriolis. So it wants to have the orbit. But because it doesn't have infinite fuel or enough fuel, it eventually just dies and becomes basically a bomb. But because everything's built out of Hawkeye stuff, it just doesn't break. And it takes fucking ages to get to the ground. Come on, crash. Crash, you can't. Crash! Good Christ. I haven't crashed the game. I know I haven't. There we go. And it goes. Whee! Thunk. Yeah. It just doesn't break. It was kind of a pain in the arse. Just crash eventually, just die eventually when you hit it enough times. And do B to get it to fly off the ground sufficiently enough, because it's a big chunky thing. And goodbye! Go on, explode. Explode like a good little piece of crap. I want you to die. So die. Way of doing this deforestation. Yay! Bits are starting to fall off. Crash, 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 motherfucker crash, 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 motherfucker crash. Yay! No, it hasn't died yet. Oh, for God's sake, just ran out of fuel. I said die! Oh God, it's still not dead yet. The Hawkeye stuff is basically invincible. I'm trying to kill the bloody thing and it still refuses to die. I said die! Hit something. There we go. There we go. Sayonara. Where the fuck am I? Oh. Fine. I'll become something else then. Yeah, bloody scrote. Let's become Bladewing. Ah, physics. Let's become Bladewing just so we can get back to base. That's not that far away. Come on, left. I know you want to. Do you think? Fuck it. Crash. We need to go over here and then dismantle yourself. Because the one thing I always want to try and do is yeah, I've been trying to make like basically missiles, like silo missiles, but the big problem is that the fucking thing basically refuses to explode properly. Because there's really only one thing that, well, there's basically only two things that really explode with enough power on a single impact, and that's these ones and these ones. But these ones explode with fuck all potential, which is a big pain in the ass. Because I want the thing to explode. I want you to explode. Right, let's go down here. Actually, me have some idea. Let's stack this up with explosives. Actually, no. Let's stack it up with explosives. There you go. Right. Stack 'em big, stack 'em high. Let's see what happens with that. Actually, no, it needs to actually have a jet thing on it. Let's get rid of that. I said get rid of that. But I mean, fuck off. And basic jet. What happens when this explodes? Because I want it to explode. Explode, you bastard. 'Cause that's the most basic missile, but then it doesn't explode with enough potential. Which is a big pain in the ass. Oh yeah, I made that version as well. It's got wings. Although the physics fucks up. And just, hang on, if you just lift it up. Yeah. I'm digging to the earth. Right, let's just get the fuck out of here. Come on, let's load this again, see if it actually... No, it doesn't work. It just cements itself in the ground. See what happens. Oh. What? You? Take off. Why won't you take off? I said, take off. Or die. There you go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fine, I shall become Bladewing. Become Bladewing so I can get the fuck back to base. Still got its, I think this is more likely to be a bomber. Whee! And dismantle. Basically, what I need to do is basically rig up an explode. Come on, is basically rig up an explosion. And what I need to do is actually do that next time. And come on, that one. Do that, so I can stick the thing underneath. There it is. Do that. What I need to do is basically make a tip that can explode. So it needs to be, well, it needs something that will actually explode, but explode with decent potential, which is usually that. But I need to rig up basically explosions to go round that. So the thing to do would be basically stack explosives around it and actually attach them as well. Attach that there, and then that becomes the other way, you bloody dozy ponce. And wings, right and left. Actually, don't really need that much left, do I? Just scrap those. Go for the smaller ones. And right. Because as long as the cabin is destroyed, everything should be fine. It's just rig the entire thing with explosives. Properly rig the thing with explosives. It's every waking bit stacked with some sort of bomb. Right. Let's see if this actually has enough thrust to take off. Well, it has enough thrust to take off. Not enough explosive potential to actually explode. Oh, for fuck's sake. Puny. Okay, and thrust! Well, now it has enough explosive potential to destroy itself. Okay. How well did the guns explode? Never really tried that, actually. I'm guessing the... actually. Thought. Actually, no. Not those. Don't use those, because they've actually got some resistance. These Venture Pod ones are much weaker. Come on. This way. To the missile platforms. Or the missile testing bays. This way. This way. Over here. No, don't veer off into the trees. I know you're afraid, because you're going to die, Mr. AI. Go this way. Going this way. Going this way. Going this way. Here, here, and here. Right. Actually, yeah. Put the thing out of those. Ah, fuck, I just realised. Need to do that. So I can do that. So... come on, underneath, so I can do that. Right. So it turns out I do need those big wings. Yeah. Oh yeah, left. Left. Right. Tail section. Right to the center of thrust. Right, fuel. Make sure the thing is stacked up on fuel. And then... right, actually, stack that on the front. And then fucking weaponize the front. Just fucking weaponize the bloody thing. Oh yeah, I can't actually stick any with it, but I can actually stick these on. Can do that. Let's see how well this fares. And thrust, and go. Ooh, it's got flight. Kinda. It's back heavy. That's what it needs. Just point it down. And thrust. Fucking hell. Come on, blow up. Right, go up. I'll keep spinning you until you go up, and then straight down, detonate. Wow, that's a good explosion. That's more like it. All I need to do is get those things right. Okay. We have ourselves our explosive potential. Right. Now to make basically the tomahawks. Wait. Right, oh yeah, building blocks. Go for the cube structure. Cube structure, wings. I've got the tail section. Do that. Right on that part of thrust. That. Actually, that can still go right on the front. Fuel tank still right on the front. Wings. That's right, it is right. And left. I think to have more control, I will add these airfoils as well. Oh, fuck. And left. But also on those I can stack more explosives. So the undercarriage, wait, that. Missile. Not all the way, but I can stack the whole thing with explosives. Then stack that with fuel. It's a nice, good explosion. Right, let's see how this turns out this time. Thrust away. And I have control, relatively. It's got a bit turny. Right, ease. You're drifting to the side. Why are you drifting that way? You're drifting to the right. What is that? Is that the wrong wing? Right. Oh, but the bloody wings are all the way around, didn't I? Oh, that's fucking wild. Okay, flip. Alright, fine. But your purpose is to be destroyed, so... Alright, you'll barrel roll then. Fuck's sake. Fine, I'll fucking flip you over. Probably the reason why it was all getting all fucky. I'll do that. That's going to be the wrong way around as well, isn't it? Left. Oh no, well, those right. Just. For fuck's sake, explode then. Wow. Glitch the fucking thing out. Fantastic. Right. Well, that almost seemed to be working. Kinda. Kinda, maybe, sorta, maybe. All I want to do is make missiles. And break. And explode. Or not. Fucking hell. Well, I want these things to just die. I want the things to explode. Might do that. I really wish there was like a white 360 block. Basically, just those 4-point, the proper jack bracket. But that's one of the white ones because they're lighter. These ones are actually remarkably heavy. Actually, pull that back one, and then I can stick that like that. So I can stick more explosives around it. And so, to make sure that the fucking thing goes off. Tail wing. Back there. Right expander wing, which goes on the right side. Left expander wing on the left side. Get the right aerofoil on the right. Left on the left. Now stack it with explosives. Ooh, I can stack more fuel. Wait, wrong thing. Up top there. Stack more fuel between the wings, which should aerodynamically work. Right, wrong button. Oh yeah, I didn't know there was that fucking thing on there. That. Right. Hopefully this should explode nicely. Ooh, actually. Move that up one. And move that up one. Then move that. That up one. So all the explosives are touching. And let's see if this works, hopefully, and ooh, lift off. Oh yeah, that is a lot better. have control. Right. Let's get to a good altitude. Get some proper G-forces on. Up and disengage. Let's get some speed up. Straight down. Let's tomahawk the fucking thing. It's basically what I'm making. It's basically a tomahawk missile. And increase impact. Yes. Son of a bitch. So it almost worked. That should have done it. Or not. There you go. Well, almost. I'm going to try out something. Which one has the least amount of defense? Wait. Common, grade 2. Yeah, doesn't. Ah. It comes with orange windscreen. Want to know how much defense a thing has? Because the weaker the defense, the better. It means it explodes nicely with explosions. Let's do a bit of a cleanup. I wonder how much force it actually takes for... Actually, yeah, that'd be something to work out. Do that. That. No. Okay. Oh yeah, because I'm in it, you know. That one. Now, you... Camera. You get in. Right, what I want to do... Get up. Get that on there. And... Actually, no. Stop that. Do that. Do that. Wheels. Proper Speedy Gonzales ones. And... There we are. Do that. Big fuel tank. Big fuel tank with a couple of mini ones. With more boosters. Actually. Because what I want to do is to... How does this thing attach? I want to see how much force this thing actually needs to explode. Right, nose first. Good. Right. How much actually? Just to make sure the thing stays on course. Right. I think in the process, we're probably going to set a new land speed record. And die horribly. Okay. Slightly more thrust than I had anticipated. A lot more thrust than I had anticipated. And... right. Throw off some thrust. Motion sickness. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's shed some weight. That's much thrust. This. Right, aim for the rock. Okay. Shed more fucking weight. Okay, get slightly closer first. Before we just ram it in! Get close before you ram it in. Yes, it's the way sex works. Or just me then. Takes a fair beating. Yay! Finally. Fine. Did? Oh yeah, B. Up. Fly. All I want to do is make missiles. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. All I want to do is make some missiles, and the attacks are too strong. That's something for them to add. A control module that is just basically just a frame. That literally is just nothing. And attach. And crash. Basically, wouldn't mind something that has no strength whatsoever. Something that is like even weaker than venture blocks. That's something to that's something to try and do. See if there's anything weaker. We'll try and make something that's weaker than a venture block. I think I crashed my computer. The other one. This one. So this one is. Yes. Right. Oh, this thing controls like an ass. Right. Clean up. Try and work out what sort of stuff to build now. Not really entirely sure. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, the best things to usually make are usually flying things. Yeah, I think we just try and make a big behemoth tank thing. It's not really that much else. Got a little while left. The main thing I wanted to try and do is see if I can make missiles. I think then everything seems too strong for missiles. Annoyingly. Yeah, that's the thing with creative mode as well. It's well, as soon as you're given an infinite amount of blocks, then there's really no challenge. It's like, make a big giant tank. Well, that's pretty easy. It's I can stack a bunch of these guns on. Yeah. Wish I could fire them off in sequence though. I could set them to. If I could, that'd be fun. Could be sort of thing where I could set off. Oh, bloody hell, one underneath. Set off the ones at the front, then set off the ones at the back, rather than just. Just. Come on, choose the right bloody thing. Yeah. Stops being much challenge once you have infinite mode. Oh, yeah. I think I might cut the stream short actually. It's well, still testing the waters, see what stuff, see what games to do after Sky Saga. Very much in the post Sky Saga stuff at the moment, more than anything else. More working out what the fuck to do afterwards. The Sky Saga stuff, there was stuff to build around. With this stuff, not so much. And the game I'm playing at the moment is one me no lot to talk about. More because the embargo is on May 4th. It comes out May 4th. Dawn of Andromeda. I've been playing that a lot. Slowly. Eventually, I'm a bit shit. So, it's a Civilization style game. So I love playing it. Although I'm terrible at it. It's, yeah. There's always play something that goes, oh, I've worked this out, and then I forget something. I forget a detail. It's the way that always happens with the Civilization games. It's like, oh, I'm doing really well. There's one detail I forgot. It's like, shit. I fucked it up. Yeah. Although I played a beta mode and the review build. So I played both versions. More because I didn't realise. Well, I realised and then I ended up playing the beta build for a little while and then playing the review build for a little while. I think it's probably as far as I'm about to say. So I have played the full thing. A review coming out. Well, it comes. Well, the embargo goes up May 4th. I think it goes. I think it comes out on May 4th as well. Either way, the review's probably going to be coming out May 4th as well, because that's when the embargo goes up. So it's Thursday. Not allowed to say anything else at this point. Yeah. Tomorrow's Netflix and Will is going to be an interesting one, because it involves Hitler. It's going to be fun and interesting. You should watch that one. That's going to be fun. Today I started a new series in Lego Worlds, which is very good and very good and very fun for myself anyway. Just me building stuff in Lego Worlds. Kind of like the way I do the streams, but slightly more with purpose. Trying to think of other stuff that's actually coming up. Because basically, there's two major things coming up. Well, I am going to be playing some World of Tanks soon. Because I am going to be going to the finals. Well, viewing of the finals with a bunch of other people in London. The actual final things in Moscow, and no way in buggery am I going to be getting there. Expensive. But there's a thing in London which I'm going to, so I'm probably going to play some World of Tanks because I'm going to an event, and I should actually. It's the sort of thing where I know how to play it, I know how the world works, I know how the esports thing works. I've been talking about esports for a while. I'm getting quite good at it. Yeah, I just need to actually get around and making some videos for World of Tanks. But that's not going to be until 28th of May. It's day 3 of MCM, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah. So videos around World of Tanks might be coming out this week, perhaps. Yeah, I'm trying to think of stuff that's actually set and due. Well, there's... Yeah. Well, tomorrow's going to be Netflix and Will. It's going to be an interesting one. You should really watch that one. It's about a German film. It's a German film, and as I said before, about Hitler as well. So it's going to be interesting. Then Tuesday is Press Rush again. Well, hopefully I won't spend an ages complaining about Call of Duty. For those who just want to hear me talk about Call of Duty, I uploaded that section of Press Rush to our Facebook page. So you can go there and watch the rant cut out, plus the end section as well. In hindsight, I should have cut out that 20-second, the 20-second space for the end card. Should have cut that out. In hindsight, I should have. Because as for the Facebook thing, it's probably going to go up on the YouTube pages, on the YouTube as well, just separate from the old Press Rush thing, because it's solely about Call of Duty. And I like talking about Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is something that is just something that just continues to be an ass. Yeah, so the Press Rush on Tuesday. Hopefully the comment review goes up Wednesday. I've been saying that for fucking ages, but I actually hopefully get around to doing it. It's written, and I'm going to be spending tomorrow doing lots of recording, including tomorrow's video as well. But I'm basically recording something like 3 weeks worth of videos in space of about tomorrow. More to get them recorded. I record in big bulk and then edit in big bulk, and then to just concentrate on everything else for 2 weeks. I probably shouldn't do that. Should actually keep to a much more stricter schedule. More for the fact that it's actually it's less expedient run through for some videos. Although I'm not that fussed about that. I do that with Press Rush. Press Rush recorded same day. Yeah. Enough of me talking about our videos. I want to cut the series. I want to cut the stream short. More for the sake of, because I'm not entirely sure what to build next. Because in the creative mode there is very little challenge, and outside of building sort of normal vehicles like tanks or things like that, the realms of things to build is not that high. And I've already built my most favourite thing ever, the Blackfoot Tech. It still is. Come on, make it over. Oh, God, it got stuck. Yeah, that has to be there to actually give it some leverage. Yeah, it's still the most fun thing I have, because it's just... Whee! I can just use it to backflip over techs. It's always fun. Because you just got to... Oh, look, there's rubble in the way. Whoop! And if you do it from a height like that, you can actually land without hurting yourself. So you can go... Oh, look at that, what's that? Whee! Yeah, I think that's pretty much the most perfect visual for this stream, I guess, isn't it?